Stream should be up now. I sincerely apologize for not getting around to streaming yesterday. Got caught up trying to get her some levels, because mating 2 jobs in this game for a single expansion is kind of hard when you're still leveling both of them. And as much as I like having Shara play Gunbreaker for most things, a lot of dungeons I am not super confident in playing tank as, especially without friends by my side. So that's why I'm doing Dancer at the same time, pretty much. But anyway, let me get stream pulled up so I can see any possible comments made or something, stuff and things. Anyway, Lise. Wilbrand was always your Stola's domain. I haven't spent much time here, to be honest. You were always in Gridania with Papalimo. I spoke with Ariange and Thancred along the way. They said they were surprised by our stratagem. To say they were surprised by our stratagem would be something of an understatement, but they did not dispute his logic. Okay. Tatara should be here any moment with our ship's captain. So we're going by sea after all. Is Merweb lending us our pick of the Crimson Fleet? Not exactly. You are right in as much as we will be traveling by sea. Regrettably, it is simply not feasible for an airship to travel such a distance without impossibly large fuel reserves, to say nothing of the inevitability of running afoul of the Empire's aerial defenses. But then, it is equally infeasible to sail an Eorzean Alliance vessel halfway around the world without the Empire taking notice, which leaves us pirates. Sure. Sorry to have kept you waiting. May I present Captain Carvalane of the Kraken's Arms. The Kraken's Arms? Don't tell me you made a deal with pirates. Greetings and salutations, Scions. I take it from your comrade's tone that you no longer wish to proceed with our proposed arrangement. Not at all, Captain. Pray forgive my sister her outburst. She has never been one to speak her mind. I, on the other hand, am the very whole soul of discretion, and many well-respected personages would attest, from the offices of the Admiral to the high houses of Ishgard. Ah, but where was I? Oh yes, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn do indeed still wish to employ your services. However, it is important that you are aware of certain extenuating circumstances. And intent upon securing passage to the Far East, you came to us knowing us to be proud purveyors of said region's stuff, which you steal from God-fearing merchants out on the high seas. Whatever privateering the Kraken's Arms may or may not engage in is strictly within the limits of the law, as set forth by our indefatigable keeper of the peace. More to the point, we are pragmatists. I see considerable risk in aiding your cause and negligible profit. Well, I, for one, think the captain has a point. The 5 seas can be extremely treacherous, and many a poor unfortunate soul has come to grief out there on the waves. Why, when we were in Ishgard, I heard the tragic tale of how the heir of House Durandare vanished at sea. Even now, nearly 20 years later, the poor count remains convinced that his son still lives and would pay a sultan's ransom for the news of his whereabouts. Hee hee. Give this girl her money or give us what we want. Truly a tragedy for the ages, and a testament to the misfortunes that may befall us should we act without due consideration. But so long as you are prepared to abide the capricious whims of fate, I am willing to oblige you this once. That said, in light of the recent rebellion, I trust you understand that I cannot deliver you to Doma itself. I can take you as far as Kugane and Hingashi. We will require time to procure sufficient provisions and make ready for departure. I humbly suggest you do the same. Universal shrugs. The poor little little boy had only seen 14 summers when he left Ishgard. Can you imagine what it must have felt like to finally be free to explore the world, unbeholden to all the stuffy traditions of the Holy See? Such a shame that he never returned home. Without him, the Count de Durader must look elsewhere for a successor. And the good Lord Janet Kennard is one step closer to being... Oh, Lord, why would we want him to be... Please, Carvalian! We don't want that guy to be the head of House Durader, please! Now that I know who that is, oh my goodness. We do not need that guy leading one of the high houses, please. I'd rather take a pirate. I'm not sure what just happened. I could have sworn he was about to turn us away, but then he changed his mind? Don't question it, Lise. Don't question it. Tataru's just good at blackmail. Blackmail, is it? This is a dangerous game the two of them are playing. What guarantee do we have that Carvalane won't just throw us overboard? We'll be fine, Alice. We'll be perfectly fine. Suddenly, all those hours Tataru spent cavorting and capering at the Forgotten Night seem rather better spent, do they not? That said, I had intended to press the point more obliquely, and there was something disconcerting about the pleasure Tataru took in making Captain Carvalane squirm. We all know she's actually the most evil Lalafell. She is the most evil out of all of them. She's even more evil than Teleji Adeleji was. We all know this as a fact. I say we should heed the captain's advice and attend to our own preparations while they ready the vessel for our departure. Tataru and I will procure the necessary supplies. Alice, I should be grateful if you would use the time to brief Urianger on our recent developments. You may also wish to review the relevant safety procedures in the event of an emergency at sea. How very prudent of you. Very well, I shall go and speak with him. What of Shara and Lise? I would like the two of you to return to Revenant's Toll and speak with our Doman allies. I fear we know too little of their homeland, and any information they can provide would be most welcome. When we have completed our respective tasks, we will reconvene here at the ferry docks. Agreed? That sounds like a plan. Let's go, Shara. Random yawn. Don't know why. It happens. More Dona. Let's go. Now, which instance of Mordona is it gonna throw me in? Lulz. Instance 3. Wow, it must be crowded here if it threw me in 3. Well, here we are. We'll need to talk to lots of people, so I think we should split up. I'll ask around at the House of Splendors. You take the Rising Stones. I'll meet you hereafter. Got it? Will do. Words. If Doma knows peace in our time, I should like to see it with my own eyes. Perhaps partake of these hot springs Homei tells me of as well. You are truly planning to travel to Doma? I don't know what to say. Forgive me, I shall aid you to the best of my ability. Ours is a beautiful land, nestled on the eastern coast of Othard. Along the banks of the one river, our nation thrived, proud and free, until the Garleans came 25 years ago. The river was our lifeblood, free to travel and to fish, but the travel was soon restricted, and now the river belongs to none. Tataru has entrusted me with the remainder of her responsibilities in her absence. Should you require aught, pray not hesitate to ask. Greetings, Shara. What brings you to the toll this day? We're about to head off to Doma. What? You are for Doma? Heavens! You signs have showed us naught but kindness, but never in my wildest dreams did I imagine you would fight for our homeland. For 25 years we suffered under their tyranny. Then we spied an opportunity. The Emperor dead, Garlemald in chaos. It seemed the time was ripe. Beneath our Lord's banners we gathered, and fought to reclaim our nation. But when Zenos arrived with the 12th Legion, it was over in an instant. And, point of fact, I want to say, Zenos didn't do it by himself. He didn't go in and just murder every Doman he saw. He brought the 12th Legion with him. He's a tactical leader on the battlefield, as well as an accomplished warrior. Just saying. Because people seem to forget things like that about him, and it's just, things annoy me when people just glaze over details about Zenos that are even clearly pointed out in this game. Never mind the bonus stories about him. None would bring me greater joy than to join you on your journey. However, Lady Yugiri made it clear that we were to remain here and safeguard the community we have built. What is it, my friend? You look as though you have something to ask. That you go to join Yugiri and Gosetsu to fight fills me with such joy. Forgive my exuberance. You require information, yes? We of the Nagai clan have served Doma faithfully for generations. My ancestors held positions within Doma Castle even. Now it is home to the Imperial Viceroy's witch and her host of men in Magitech. To think that what was once the shining symbol of our heritage, the seat of dear Lord Kyan, has become a den for Garlean dogs. That's another thing that kind of could use with some thought for people. Food for thought is, you know, Yatsuyu and her whole situation, which we'll see eventually. I'm just saying, the witch that he just mentioned to us. We will get to know her quite well. Ah, there you are. Learn anything interesting? The older Domans I spoke with tried to teach me all about Far Eastern customs and the importance of formality and politeness. I'd like to think Eorzeans can be just as stiff and stuffy as anyone, especially Ishgardians, but anyway. Did you know they eat with sticks? It wasn't all that hard, actually, or at least that's what I thought until they told me I was holding them wrong. And then when I spoke to the younger Domans, they just rolled their eyes and told me it was all a load of stupid old... Wow, what you learned sounds a lot more useful. Unless someone invites us to dinner, of course. I hope they do. Oh, Lise, are you thinking with your stomach? None of this is aiming stuff. Well, the pants could be better at this point, maybe. It's still level 60, but... Hold on. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. Yeah, I am also gun breaking at the moment. Let's see. Item comparison. Pretty much exactly the same. Alright. Next time it offers gear to us, it'll be improvements, I think. Right, no point in waiting around here, is there? We should head back to Limsa Lominsa. Alphino said to meet at the ferry docks, I think. Oh, look, it's Pat My Head. I run into that person a lot. They're, in fact, a Lalafell. Alright, ferry docks are over by the Arcanist Guild. They really need to do separate instances for Limsa. Like, seriously. It's so crowded that it's still loading everything in for me, and it's just like, help. It would ease the burden if they did separate instances for Limsa, because it's like this on pretty much every server. Alright. A surfeit of sumptuous foods, wondrous sundries, plenty of clean undergarments. Yes, I do believe we have everything we need for a lengthy voyage. Okay, Tataru. It's times like these I'm glad we've got Tataru taking care of business. An army marches on its stomach. Tataru took that lesson to heart. Your return, Share. I trust you've learned much from our Doman friends in Revenant's Toll. I am eager to hear all, though that can wait until we've left port. We will have enough time to talk on our journey to Kagane. Our spice trading friends have completed their preparations. Assuming you have completed yours, you may inform the deckhand when you are ready to depart, or that we are ready to depart. All set, lass? I'll see you to the ship if so. Let us board the Misery. Get away from spam bots advertising stuff in-game for reasons. Oh, I missed a line. Got distracted by Twitter.
12 be praised.
Oh, no, I didn't. Okay.
Full sure was I that I had come too late.
Urianger! Tell me you haven't come all this way just to see us off.
Nay, my lady. Ere you quit these shores for eastern climes, I wished to share some words of seeming import. Look ye where the sun doth rise. See crimson embers, darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall. See azure lost amidst the squall.
Well, that sounds suitably foreboding. Another one of your prophecies, I presume?
Of far eastern origin, aye. It is mine earnest hope that this ancient wisdom may serve to guide you on your journey. For what dangers lie in wait for you upon those distant shores are yet beyond my knowing.
Oh, a parting gift befitting your roundabout ways. Thank you.
I have more than words for you, my lady.
It's beautiful. Is it for me?
Though undeniably powerful, your ethereal blade taxeth you greatly in the wielding. Not so this rapier, which shall serve you just as well against all but the most formidable foe.
Impressive. It feels as though it's attuned to my ether. I shall treasure it.
And she's still using it.
Honored guests, say your farewells, for the moment of our parting draws nigh. A fair wind blows, and I mean to follow it.
Now that I know, I can't unhear it.
Pray give my regards to Thancred and the others, and take care.
I can't unhear that. My goodness. If you know, you know. You're not my dad. Why do you sound like him? Sort of. 4 on the ship looks a little bit extreme. But then pirates, you know. Alright, we're heading to our first dungeon of the game. Or of Stormblood, at least. It's a little oddly placed, in my opinion. It's some distance from Thavnir. Interesting. I do imagine that this trip takes at least a week, and if not longer.
Fair winds and following seas. The Misery is enjoying herself. Nevertheless, it would not do for you to spend the entirety of our voyage above deck. Let me show you to your quarters.
I just can't. I can't even. But I do imagine this takes at least a week, if not longer, because, I mean, you're literally sailing to the other side of the world, so. Usually when I play with Shalyn, I have her go through several hairstyles over the course of Stormblood just to kind of reflect how long I imagine this actually takes place. Because I feel like Stormblood takes place over the most time comparatively over the other expansions.
Captain! You're needed on deck! Something queer's afoot. The winds died down, the waters went still, and all of a sudden, we were dragged off course.
It's haunted! Ooh.
Dragged? By what?
Can't rightly say, sir.
That range the man
Some of the
has,
lads
though.
are muttering about seeing things in the water. Things that shouldn't be there.
Oh, for the love of... If you will excuse me a moment. Actually, might I persuade you to join me? Loath though I am to admit it, I have a bad feeling about this.
Alright. Change to Dancer. Even though it is going to be a long queue. This ain't right. This ain't right at all. Oh look, other people are playing through Stormblood. Odd. Most odd. Well, do you have any idea what's going on? No. As the man said, despite the absence of wind and current, the Misery is somehow being pulled off course. Well, why not fire up the Ceruleum engines you have hidden below? An excellent suggestion based on knowledge you should not have. Alas, our engines appear to be malfunctioning for reasons that escape my engineers at present. I'm telling you, Captain, it's them things the lads saw. Things? I don't suppose I could convince you to attempt something more descriptive, an adjective, for example. Sea-wolf superstitions and fairy tales, not more, but if you must know, the things which he is so reticent to name are the souls of deceased women said to lure sailors to their deaths. Preposterous! Yes, indeed. If it is neither sea nor the weather which is responsible, then it is probably a predatory entity of some sort. Perhaps a siren or some such. For all we know, it could be a fellow spice trader employing magics to seize and plunder passing vessels. Regardless, we have but one course, to let the current take us where it will and deal with whatever we find there. Alphino still looks very unsure. What a thoroughly pragmatic suggestion. Oh, I am beginning to like you, girl. I assure you the feeling is not mutual. Once we arrive at our destination, be it a vessel or an island or some such, Lise and I will remain with the ship to defend it in case of attack. Shara, I believe you would be ideal choice to venture forth and deal with the cause of our troubles. Leave it to me. It's my job. Then it's settled. I know not what awaits us, but it will rue the day it reeled us in. Siren Song City now accessible. Whee! Well, let's go ahead and register. See how long it takes. Whee! 9 minutes, it's saying. I'm not saying I believe beyond a shadow of a doubt that vengeful spirits are plotting to our demise at this very moment. I'm just saying we cannot discount the possibility. Fiery one, Alice, was it? 'Tis a pity she holds our profession in such disdain. She would make an excellent pirate. Lols. What? Why are you looking at me like that? I am calm and collected as ever. Carry on! Alphina was terrified of ghost stories as a child. I'm glad to see that some things never change. I'll make sure Tataru stays below deck until we know it's safe. You are a gunbreaker. Why are we not, like, put together in some sort of party? Oh, there's a bunny boy. Gangplank will get us out of here, I believe. Yeah, that'll just return us to Limsa. I am sorry, but the beards on the bunny boys just, I don't know, looks a little off. They just don't look like they should have beards. They look too young to have beards. Whee! You can see we're being pulled somewhere. And there's no scenery around. Whee! But you can climb up here. And it's fun. Hopefully it won't take too long to get this pop. That is one of the reasons why I am a fan of the trust dungeons that are introduced in Shadowbringers. You don't have to wait for a pop for anything except for trials. And even in Endwalker, there's one trial you can do with trusts. It was really nice. Kind of wish they'd had an opportunity to do it for more. But, you know, understandable. I'm glad they at least managed to do one. I'd actually theorized when Endwalker was coming out that they might do that. They might do a trust trial. And I am glad I was proven correct. Apparently they didn't want to keep it a secret, but revealing it would have obviously given a lot of spoilers. Because they couldn't very well say, we're going to have the trust in a trial and not give some sort of hint as to what the trial is. Did our gunbreaker friend pop already? I think he did. Yes, it looks like he did. Oh well. I guess that's why that didn't party me up with him. Because he already had some people registered. Do 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 do. Now it says 11 minutes. Let's see what to talk about. I don't know. I'm just gonna sit here and stare at this bunny boy as he views this cutscene. Bandana over the face. Interesting. He's a ninja. With some nice looking daggers. Let me look at those daggers. Endless expansion. Oh, they're the Bismarck ones. Interesting. Oh, now we're just waiting on a healer. Alright, we'll see how long this takes. Hopefully not long. Hopefully. Would be nice. Oh, yay, there's our pop. Only took like 4 minutes. Alright. Lit. Enter. There we go. Question mark, Siren Song Sea. It's somewhere in the ocean. Jellyfish! Evil looking jellyfish. We have the NPCs here as well, and then just us. Oh, is that a bunny boy or a bunny girl? I can't tell. Also an aura and... Alright, let's see. You... Dance partner me. Might help if I danced. Things are looking at me. Okay, they're not looking at me anymore. Good job. Here, let's devilment. Increase our crit rate for me and my partner. Alright, and then we should get a second group. Yep, here we go. Peloton. Whee! Are you gonna run, or are we just gonna do this group? Alright. Looks like we're doing small pulls. Which I'm fine with. Small or big, as long as I'm DPSing, I'm fine with either. Where is our healer? They are letting our paladin get quite the beating. Yeah, really need to put Peloton in a better spot, honestly. Should be getting to our boss pretty soon-ish, so I will hold on to devilment until then. Yep, there's boss. The question is, do I remember how this boss goes? Let's go ahead and do that. Also go ahead and do this. Because this, yeah, it's the second boss that does that thing. Alright, stack on this person. Go ahead and Curing Waltz. Give the healer a little bit of help. Sea swallows all. I can't wait until I have more stacks of Avant. Okay, let's get inside the healing bubble. Oh, healing bubble's gone. Okay, then, fine. Game, it would be nice if you gave me my last feather. Don't have my shield. Also don't have my Curing Waltz. We are in pain. There's my last feather. I do not need that. I'll greet that. I did not get it. Oh well. Look at the ghost ships. It's all spooky and things. This is just honestly, this is a fairly odd choice for a first dungeon. It works, but it's also just feels like it should be an optional dungeon. And the second dungeon, which is optional, feels like it should be more relevant. I don't know. It's just a weird opinion I have. I'll probably end up showing y'all the optional dungeon because it is required to get an Aether Current. They didn't do any more of that nonsense in Shadowbringers or Endwalker, but it's still a thing here. And someone's grabbing that chest. Earrings of Aiming. What is need? Actually, I didn't really need to need those because I have my freaking leveling earring. Oh well. Alright, try not to stand in the blue fire. Yeah, the odd part about Dancer is that the other two range DPSs, range physicals, their AoEs are cones in front of them, whereas Dancer is in around them. So with Dancer, you actually have to get up close and personal. Sage is quite similar. Alright, here's the second boss. This is one I have to remember how to do things. Mostly run away at a certain point. Let's go ahead and shield, because shield, why not? Try not to stand in the goop. Dance, dance, dance. Alright, it's not targeting me. I guess it's more likely to target the melee, since they're close and it'll make them have to run away. Alright, dancing again. I don't have shield again yet. Yeah, I think it targets the melee if there's a melee, kind of by default. Alright, I do have Curing Waltz if next time we get a room-wide AoE, or if we all just take a bunch of damage for stupid reasons. One or the other. Alright. I do not need striking gear. level minted. Now our monk can punch things with more crits. I can hit things with more crits too, but I'm a dancer and no one acknowledges my DPS ability because until the next patch, I don't really have much. Because they nerfed the crap out of dancing. Don't get me wrong, I still love it, but definitely pass on that. She does not magic at all. And now it is raining. Hooray, rain. Alright, we only have two. I'm gonna do single target. I will roll for that. Greet it. Not like, yeah, I didn't get it, but I tried. You can't interrupt that, you know. Actually, I probably could have interrupted it, but I don't have it on my bar. But it's usually the tank's job to interrupt things, just saying. I guess I could put it on my third bar since I'm going to the third bar for other things. Alright. I guess I probably should put that on my bar. Are there three of us first timing it? Oh well, I'll see in a moment. Isn't it creepy? A stripy face. Let's see, your force march makes us go forward this first time around. Also, Triumph. Best boss music in the entire game, in my opinion. Best normal dungeon boss music. Let's see, this one. It's either gonna make us go forward or go back. Let's just position myself here. Just to be sure. Okay. Next one's gonna make us go backwards, I'm pretty sure. tiers. Well then. Alright, this one is probably going to make us go backwards, so... Actually... Oh, okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. Forget which direction she makes us march this time, so let's just stand in the middle. Alright. Okay. Makes us go backwards, and it does make us go to the edge, but we're fine. Helping! Actually, I can probably shield us from things too. I always forget I have shield, but that's because I can't have it on my primary bar because there's no room. That was a little soon. That's fine. GG. And now the skies have cleared. No more rain. Joy emote! We still do that occasionally. Let's see, command... you left. Alright, I'll get to the tank then. Pass on that. Pass on that. Do not need either of those. They're probably giving their commands to each other, but I'll stick around just in case. Actually, you can't go outside. Hold on. There is one thing to note. Pretty sure. I think it's if you go all the way back to the beginning of the dungeon, there should be a rainbow. Not 100% certain on that, but I want to see. Yes, I know I'm wasting time, but it's a detail I've heard about and I want to see if I can find it. I still have plenty of time. Thankfully, I'm pretty sure this dungeon is continuous from beginning to end. So... Wait, there is one place where you fall down. I remember now. So I don't think I can actually get all the way to the front. To the end. But I can try. I can see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get stopped here. Oh well. I'm not sure how you go back to the beginning of the dungeon. I've just seen it done before. So, weird little detail. Alright, I'm done wasting time. Let me get out of here. Who lit these fires, and how are they so well contained? Surely it wasn't the zombies. I guess I could do the return spell. That would take me to the front of the dungeon. Actually, let me try that. Hold on. Starting point. There we go. Now that I remember that that's a thing that can be done. Let's see. Nope, no rainbow. I know that sometimes a rainbow appears here. Just not this time. Not for me. Anyway, shortcut to the end. Now let's run all the way to the end again, because reasons. Because I just love wasting time. Alright. And I got no commendations. Sad day, but not surprising because I'm a DPS. That's why I usually try to make a point to actually give it to the other DPS when possible. Because I know they so rarely get it. That's like, you know, they don't do a bad... Unless they do something, like, terribly bad, I just feel like it's better to give it to them. Because otherwise, we suffer.
Thank the 12.
Everything here would appear to be in order. Good. Repairs should be completed by the time we return to the Misery, whereupon we shall resume our journey without further delay.
I swear, if I never hear another ghost story, it will be too soon.
I remember the sea, the smell of the salt, and the crash of the waves as we drew closer to Kugane.
Good old Kugane, and it's nighttime, with a crescent moon.
The only port open to outsiders in Hingashi, across the Ruby Sea from Othard, from Doma. All the colors of the rainbow, all the peoples of the world, all in one place. I wish you could have seen it.
Alrighty, we have arrived in Kugane. Gunbreaker is so close to leveling. Thanks again for saving us from certain death at the hands of Lorelei and whatnot. We'll not soon forget it. Strange, is it just me or is the ground swaying? Been on the boat for too long, Tataru. By the 12, I've never been happier to be back on terra firma. Our voyage has instilled in me a new appreciation for services which do not move of their own accord. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. It's very colorful, is it not? Congratulations, you now stand in Kugane, the western port of Hingashi. Regrettably, the only port in this nation open to foreign trade. Oh, and I do apologize for the unforeseen difficulties which befell us during our journey. Needless to say, your assistance in overcoming them was much appreciated. I doubt I need any of these currently. There's my gunbreaker level. Whee! Switch over to Dancer. Also, I've learned Heart of Light. Hooray! I doubt they have anything new to say. Myriad delights await you, should you elect to explore and experience, assuming you are sufficiently open-minded, that is. I, alas, cannot afford to linger. Alright, let's say the same things. Glad though I am to have arrived, I would remind you that we are far from home with limited resources at our disposal. Duly noted, brother. I shall take care not to enjoy myself. In any event, Doma is our final destination, and our first order of business should be to secure passage there. Captain Carvalane, I realize you pledged only to take us as far as Kugane, and I have no desire to change the terms of our agreement. I should, however, be interested to know how you would go about reaching Arthard were you in our position. At the risk of stating the obvious, you are in a port. Surely there is a kind and generous soul here who will aid you for the right price. You cannot be the first traveler seeking passage to Doma. The captain makes a good point. 'Tis like that Yugiri and Gosetsu were forced to come here, and for the self-same reasons we were. They must have found a way to Arthard, assuming they are not still in the city. Ere we seek passage, mayhap we should first seek our friends. Leave it to me, Alphino. Making friendly inquiries is my specialty. Lest you forget, I've got plenty of practice in Ishgard. Captain Carvalane, could you direct us to the nearest tavern? Desperate for a drink, are we? You may find one in that large building just beyond the pier. Whether your journeys have come to an end or are about to begin, the Shiokaze Hostelry is an ideal place to rest, relax, and reflect, or so they say. With that, my dear scions, I bid you farewell. As soon as we have replenished our supplies, we must away. Ours was ever a fast-moving business. The spice trade, you mean? But of course. Surely you did not think I traveled halfway around the world and delivered you to your destination solely out of the kindness of my heart. Perish the thought. Thank you, Captain, and may the Navigator watch over and keep you. Right then, to the hostelry. After you. Those are some big kegs.
By the 12. I thought Ishgard remarkable, but this... We are certainly not in Eorzea anymore.
A tavern is a tavern, Alphino, here or anywhere else. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to do what I do best.
Oh, 1,000 pardons, my lady. The signs of the 7th dawn, I presume. I hope your voyage was not too trying.
Right, this guy.
And you are?
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me. Hancock of the East Aldenard Trading Company, at your service. On behalf of Chairman Lolorito, I bid you welcome to Kugane and invite you to take refreshments at our local offices.
Lolorito? I was aware his interests extended beyond the borders of Eorzea, but not so far as Kugane. Regardless, I am disinclined to accept the hospitality of grinning merchants, especially those who serve a master with whom we have such a difficult relationship.
Now, Alphino.
My, such naked suspicion. I do hope that business with the Crystal Braves did not rob you of all faith in your fellow man. Or do you really think the chairman is plotting to drag you into another one of his grand schemes?
I mean, we wouldn't be surprised.
I beg your pardon? If you are trying to win my trust, you are failing quite spectacularly.
Oh dear, have I offended you? Once again, I must apologize. Too much time in the Far East, you see. One is compelled to talk in circles round everything here, and one finds oneself longing for the invigoratingly candid speech of the Uldan markets. Though I see now that this was neither the time nor the place to indulge said longing. Might I suggest that we continue this conversation at the company offices? Too many eyes and ears here, you understand. 'Twould be decidedly reckless to say any more.
If I may favor you with the invigorating candy you apparently crave, it would be decidedly reckless to follow a man I neither know nor trust. Give me one good reason why we should accept Lord Lolorito's invitation.
Now there's the young diplomat I was told to expect. Very well then, I shall explain. You understand that you are come to a most reclusive and secretive nation, yes? One whose borders are closed to foreign trade save at this single port. Then it should come as no surprise that a great many parties have vested interests here. Merchants like myself are a given, of course, but for every one of us, you may be certain there is also an agent of a foreign government. Many notable nations and empires have embassies here, you know, including, of course, the Garlean Empire, with whom you have such a difficult relationship.
Make a big deal about it, and then we never get anything of it.
Kugani is teeming with Imperial spies, one or several of whom could now be listening to our every word.
Something to that effect, yes. Beneath this veneer of bustling trade, a war for supremacy is being waged between world powers. One might say we were standing on the front lines, just not in public.
I still have my doubts, but he may have a point. I say we accept his invitation for now.
We... Don't we love Hancock? Isn't he the most trustworthy man we've ever seen? So there are Imperial spies everywhere? Great. Just great. I dare say Alphino has met his match. I don't trust him one bit, and neither should you. Forgive me. The mere mention of the East Aldenard Trading Company is enough to... I'm fine. Truly. You need not worry. And you must be Shara Galvas Renage, Slayer of Gods, Rider of Dragons, Savior of Ishgard, Stealer of Pants. If some of the more puzzling rumors are to be true, I have stolen no one's pants, good sir. I have no interest in stealing anyone's pants. Pants are not a worthy foe. Nod. I knew it. May I say what an honor and a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance, my lady. I just know you and I are going to get along famously. Now then, without further ado, allow me to escort you to the company offices. This being your first visit to our fair city, I shall make an effort to point out the various landmarks along the way, if you would be so kind as to follow me. But first things first, I have something else I must do. I have arrived in Kugane. Let's see if I can get it up here in a decent amount of time. No guarantees, but I can try. It literally took me several months of attempts to do this the first time around, but I have gotten better since then. Alrighty. Over around this way. Like I said, the sightseeing spots in Stormblood are in very, shall we say, inconvenient locations. Too short. If I ever fall all the way down to the bottom again, I will not attempt this today. At least not on stream. There are guides online that show you how to make it up here. Including here on YouTube. But I figure I might as well just see if I can. Of course, since I'm streaming, I probably can't because I apparently have performance anxiety or something. I don't know. We'll see. Because the weird fact is whenever my friends are at the top waiting for me, that's when I have the most trouble getting up here. Can't explain why that happens, it's just a weird phenomenon. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Alright. Got past some of the worst of it, although the rest of it is still fairly difficult. You really have to trust hitboxes for this, because there's a lot of flying in the air. And I messed that up. Thankfully, it's not unrecoverable. Alright. Here we go. Let's try this again, shall we? Okay. Getting some weird camera angles. Dang it. Didn't fall all the way to the bottom. So I should be able to recover this. Didn't fall down too many tiers. Alright. This is the jump that always troubles me the most, and it's like really dumb. Like I kind of know how to do it now, but it still gets me from time to time. Alright. Because you have to be far back enough to be able to hit it at the height of your jump, otherwise you just slam into it with your chest. Or your stomach. Okay. Okay. Now over here. Over here. Ah! Dang it. Alright. Also, a secret that you may not know. I probably won't be able to show it off entirely, but falling there is not unrecoverable. You can go around up that side, basically. Alright, let's see. Sometimes I can get up here without falling down once at all. But today is apparently not one of those days. Of course, it doesn't help that it's nighttime, and while my characters prefer the nighttime, I do not, because I have a hard time seeing. I do not have night vision, despite the fact that they do. Okay. Alright. Ah! Dang it. Alright. I know I can make that jump. It's one of the more annoying jumps. There are a few that are particularly annoying, and that is one of them. I'll give it a little bit longer. Like I said, if I don't make it up there, there are a number of guides here on YouTube of how to jump up here if you have trouble yourself for whatever reason. Although it is fairly straightforward when you look. Well, it would help if I actually angled myself right and not just fly off into space like a dumb butt. Alright. Now I'm just getting reckless. Come on now. Okay. here. Okay. And I might be getting a little thrown off by the fact that Shara is slightly taller than Shallan. Not sure if it's throwing me off, but Alright, alright. I can get up there eventually. I can show y'all. And it's doing that. It's getting up to the top that will allow you to get there. It's very important how that works. Also, you know what? I'll just do it. There are a few others. There are plenty of sightseeing spots in this city. Those are just the most annoying. There's also one up around this way. I might not even remember where they all are off the top of my head. Let's attune this while we're here. For being the major city of Stormblood, Kugane actually really isn't that big. Alright. Jumped too soon. Yeah. I know this isn't supposed to be that hard. It's not supposed to be that hard. Dang it. I'm just having all the trouble platforming today, aren't I? Come on. This is me, attempting to platform and hating every second of it because I suck at it. This is why I'm glad there are not that many of these after freaking Stormblood. The thing is, I've made it up there with Shallan, I just don't remember precisely how. There we go, okay. That was annoying, but here we are. And we need to look out. And then there's another one over this way. Gotta jump up on this roof. This one is not as long and sort of not as difficult as the top of the holstery, but it has more annoying camera angles in my opinion. Like this. Makes it very difficult to see where you're going. Alright, there's this. This. Ah, hit the roof. Should have angled myself. Here, here, there, there, On top of the inn, there are bathtubs. You get up to this one, and you don't look out. You don't look out at here. You actually have to sit. And that's how you do that. Whee! Alright. Here's that one. Let's just fall down. I remember, I think, where 3 others in the city are, besides the one on top of the holster and the one at the lamppost. But first we'll talk to these people, and also attune this thing. Even aetherites look different here. I say, what is that yonder tea house? Could it be? Yes, it could. Could it just possibly be the scent of whispered secrets waiting to be overheard? Oh, Tataru, you little snoop. I note that our would-be host has elected to dress in the local fashion. I do not like the cut of that man's jib, not one bit. Okay, Alpha, no. Everyone, if I could have your attention, please. You are now standing in Tinkanto. Loosely translated, the name means Spire of Drifting Souls, which, as some of you may have deduced, makes reference to the aetherite which stands over yonder. The design is markedly different from those of Charlian, yet I trust the function is identical. A diplomat and a scholar. Will wonders never cease? Far Eastern aetherite technologies have a long and storied tradition, I assure you. This particular example was constructed by the Onishishu, a collective of skilled craftsmen who guard the ancestral techniques with the utmost secrecy. In short, you will find it no less reliable than its Western counterparts. Attune if you like. Beautiful though it may be, we cannot spend all day staring at the aetherite. Come, let us move along. The markets are next. Alrighty, let's see. There's that one there, which requires me to go up and around, I believe. It's not too difficult. There's also one over here. Again, this one should not be too difficult. Assuming I don't overjump. That's always my issue. It's overjumping or underjumping. Look out. I'm technically not at the vista. Oh, come on now. Do I actually have to be staring at the wall? I have to be staring at the wall for whatever freaking reason. Alright. So we have that. Then we have another one that is up and around. Surf root loops. Okay then. Let's see. Company chest, if you need it. Alright. So it is this way. Provided I don't underjump. Okay. This one, not too difficult. Oh wait, there's another one that I know of that is a little bit more difficult than this. Okay, that got me my level. Alright, we will switch back to Gunbreaker for now. While I'm thinking of these things, there are, like I said, 2 others pretty sure I'm aware of. That is one of them up there. And another one is over here. Up on that balcony. Alright, up here, over here. There we go. And look. There we go. And then one over this way, which takes a little bit more effort. Let's see if I can jump onto the statue. Alright, apparently I'm not doing statue jumping. So we'll have to do this the hard way of trying desperately not to fall off as we walk around. Okay. And of course I jumped too short. Ah! Why did they have to stick so much stupid platforming in Stormblood? Why? It drives me crazy. Because I suck at platformers that are actually platformers, and this isn't even actually a platformer. Okay. Let's see if I can manage the statue hopping. And of course I fall off on the last one. Ugh! Alright, I know I can do this one. Alright, let's try statue hopping again. Alright. There we go. Okay. Around this way. I believe we have to sprint jump this one. There we go. And here we go. Look out here. And huzzah. As far as I remember, except for the lamppost and the top of the holstery, that should be all the ones here in Kugane. It's all the ones I know off the top of my head, anyway. Alright. Let us attune this. Double check. There's a lot more. Alright, I got the one at the inn. I got the plaza. Bazaar, the barracks, Kuza district. Why is there one at the Thavnarian consulate? I don't know. Pier 1. There was one at the holstery that I missed. Ah, I gotta go back there. Ah. Go this way. I was so intent on the jumping that I forgot. Oh yeah, there's a thing here that I need to attune to. Okay. So got that. And Well, welcome, Lunar. I'm glad you are having fun watching me embarrass myself with my inability to do jumping puzzles. Anyway, welcome. I'm glad to see you here. Glad for any viewers that I happen to have. Let me see. Pier 1. There should be one over this way. Alright, it's gonna be down here. I don't think Hancock's little tour is gonna take us over here. So we'll just stop by. Sprint! And a tune. Alright. And for now we'll go and continue our little tour, because I know he takes us by the Garlean Embassy, and while we're there I can attune the Thavnarian Embassy. Okay, to the right. Alright. This whole group. Look at them. Alright. Alice? Just look at all these garish designs. Not fond of subtlety, are they? Is that a theater over there? Well, I would expect no less of a bustling port. No sign of Gosetsu or Yugiri here. Not that I expected to stumble across them just like that, though it would have been nice. Be still, my heart! Okay, Tataru. We know you're all interested in shopping. Doing MSQ, this is a new character, but it's not my first time playing Stormblood. This is an alt character of mine. She's actually my main character's daughter. Let's see. Kugane, as you are doubtless unaware, is an ancient Hingan word for gold. In this prosperous port where golden fortunes are made, lesser fortunes, or kogane, are earned by local merchants. It is all quite logical once you learn the language. Hehe, now you're beginning to speak my language! Oh, a kindred spirit! What a pleasure it is to meet a young lady who appreciates the value of hard-won coin. Hancock of the East Aldenard Trading Company. You are with clients today? Why, if it isn't Master Kaiten. Pray, allow me to introduce to you my esteemed guest, but recently come from distant Eorzea. This kind and generous soul supervises all transactions here in the Kogane Dori. Your sincerity is ever appreciated. As he says, I am Kaiten of the Hakuchi clan, and it is my honor to serve as overseer. As we receive many foreign visitors in Kugane, we accept all manner of currencies. Rest assured, your Eorzean Gil are welcome here. I invite you to peruse our wares at your leisure. Will probably do. Arms, armor, foodstuffs, potables. Here you will find all of them and more. Let me just double check. I probably don't want to buy a bunch of armor at the moment, but let's see. 64. I just hit that. Let's see if anything's better. Nope, still not as good as what I already have. Alright then. Apparently the default gunbreaker gear is just really good. Carry you through quite a ways. Don't think I haven't memorized every detail of that street. There's at least a half-dozen shops that will soon be enjoying my custom. The district up ahead has a different air about it. Where to next, I wonder? We're actually quite far from the docks now, aren't we? This place is bigger than I thought. And we can only see part of the city. We really can't explore the whole thing. If we may pause here for a moment. This road leads to Aegean Guide, the district in which Aegean or foreigners are permitted to use. Would this also be where the foreign embassies are found, including that of a certain empire? Precisely. So you see, it would not be at all unusual to cross paths with one of our Garlean cousins here. With this in mind, I encourage you to choose your words carefully. We would not want any physical altercations, after all, such spats being strictly forbidden. Favorite expansion when it comes to story? Probably Shadowbringers. Although I really do like Heavensward as well. Executed on the spot. We might die if we get into a fight, he's saying, basically. What? Cut down then and there? You're joking, right? Would that it were, but alas, these samurai are a humorless lot. Why, I recall one instance wherein a foreign merchant in his cups dare lay hands on a Hegan aristocrat in front of a Seki Segumi. The samurai cut him in half with a single stroke. Ugh, I don't even want to think about that. So, as you see, it would behoove you to behave. Failing that, we may be forced to part ways with one another, or you with yourselves, in the manner of the late Teleji Adeleji. Because he likes making very crass jokes. Okay. Oh, how I amuse myself, but we must carry on. I have yet to show you the Garlean consulate. Still standing there in absolute shock, and Alice is just like, whatevs. But, yeah, I think I do really love Heavensward. I've played through it a couple times recently, though, so I am a little bit, you know, tired of it. But first time around, it was definitely, I think, very high up there. I was very impressed with it the first time I played. I also do love Shadowbringers a lot, but that's a lot because it has a personal connection to my own character. My main character, because I have a lot of details about Shadowbringers, just really meshed well with her. Let's just say that she met her twin brother there, after not seeing him for quite some time. And also, just my characters being Keepers of the Moon, generally, restoring the nighttime was something that was very special to her. She was very much, very invested in it. Alright. Alphino. Compared to the Hingan architecture, this seems drab and uninspired, or mayhap I simply have my fill of Garlean aesthetics, such as they are. Danger! Excitement! Intrigue! Oh my! Tatara, you are far too excited. Some might call it unwise to loiter outside the gates of a hostile empire's consulate. So that building's full of Garleans. Yes, it is. However, Shira's daddy is not there among them. That's close enough, savage. I love Festus. You'd say nothing different, even at the end of Endwalker. This, as you may have surmised, is the consulate of you-know-who. Mark the guards at the gate. Are their uniforms not different from those you have seen in the West? Were you to travel far and wide, you would find that many such variations exist, often inspired by local designs. All of which goes to show that even a massive empire seeking to rule all of creation is not without its artisans. Okay, if you say so. Alright, this is better than what I currently have. Give me all the high quality things, buddy. There's so much more I could speak of. The soothing waters of the onsen, the ephemeral delights of the pleasure district, but you are doubtless still weary from your long sea voyage. Let us retire to the company offices. Yes, let's get away. As much as Shira would like to see what her home, what her father's home was all about back then, she is technically just using her imagination at this moment anyway. Unlike her brother, who is actually experiencing it all firsthand, quote-unquote. because he actually experiences an echo vision of the whole thing. Alright, let's go find the remaining aetherites that I need to attune to real fast. And after we speak to Hancock, finish up whatever quest we're on, I think I will take a break then, because I have been going for a while. But I will finish up doing all this first. Attune to this. Shara is never going to be a samurai as far as I'm aware, so she will not have much to do here outside of the one bit in the main story. Let's see. What else do I need to attune to? Rakusa District. I think that's possibly the only one left. Let's see. This one. That's all of them. Congratulations. Alright. We'll actually just use this thing, go back to the Ruby Bazaar. Alright. I dare say we could travel to Mericidia or the New World and find a man like Hancock waiting for us. Lols, probably. Speaking of, they implied at the end of Endwalker that that's possibly where they'll be taking us in future expansions, so that's something to look forward to. The unmistakable scent of wealth and power. Even though this feels just as out of place as the Garland Consulate, it's a lot more comforting. There's no denying that this place was built for an Uldan. At long last, we have arrived at our destination. May I present to you our humble offices? We have much to discuss, so I will refrain from further prattle. Come, come, right this way. It even has the symbol of Ul'dah etched on top of the door. Interesting. Fireplace! And a fan over the fireplace. Interesting design choice. One of these days I will have a house and it will be more decorated.
Our thaumaturges took great pains to ward these walls against all manner of surveillance. Where business dealings are concerned, we do not compromise on confidentiality. You may avail yourselves of these offices for the duration of your visit. Come and go as you like, and know that you may speak freely here.
Your offer is most generous, but I will not enter into any agreement which would leave us beholden to you or your master.
A legitimate concern. Allow me to clarify, then. The chairman bids you consider this as an expression of his heartfelt contrition for the bloody banquet and the unpleasantness which followed. Never having been one to put stock in words alone, the chairman deems the provision of material aid to be a more appropriate demonstration of his sincerity. By sheer coincidence, your purpose here also happens to coincide with our own interests. That is, assuming you are come to aid the Doman Liberation Front.
How could... I will not bother to offer a denial. You have the right of it. To be specific, we are come in search of our Far Eastern allies, Yugiri and Gosetsu, whom we hope to assist in their fight.
The Auri Shinobi and the Rugadan Samurai? Then you will be pleased to know that they have both come to Kugani.
I don't like those glasses he wears. I'm just saying.
Are you sure?
They're so sus.
Quite. They came here aboard a company vessel, you see. However, they encountered difficulties securing passage across the Ruby Sea.
The Ruby Sea? Sorry, I've never been any good at geography.
Forgive me. This calls for a map.
And he just happens to have one. Yay!
We are here in Kugani, the sole open port of Hingashi, situated on her western coast.
The map says Ruby
Doma,
Tide.
meanwhile, is here on the eastern coast of Otherd in Yansha. Therefore, if your friends are to reach Doma, they must first cross the Ruby Sea. Alas, this is easier said than done, as the Ruby Sea does not fall within the dominion of either Hingashi or Doma, being controlled since antiquity by a third party, namely the Confederacy.
There's a lot more to Othard that we can explore as well.
Said maritime collective is known for the consummate skill of its sailors, and for demanding that any vessel entering its waters pay a toll referred to as the Ruby Tithe. In exchange, the Confederacy's vast fleet guarantees the safety of those who travel within its territory. Now, as I'm sure you are aware, Garlemald conquered Doma some 25 years past, at which time the Empire saw no value in controlling the Ruby Sea, and thus did they turn a blind eye to the activities of the Confederacy. The recently appointed acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma had other ideas, however. She has formally condemned the Confederacy and declared that any who recognize their authority shall be branded enemies of the Empire. Bowing to this pressure, Hingashi severed ties with these toll-takers and forbade the payment of the Ruby Tithe, prompting the Confederacy to make it known that any merchants choosing to sail the Ruby Sea would do so at their peril.
Because of course Yatsuyu would do such a thing.
No wonder they struggled to secure passage to Doma. What captain would risk such a journey given the circumstances?
I am told your friends were not so easily deterred from their course, but I know not whether their persistence bore fruit.
I say we follow in Yugiri and Gosetsu's footsteps and attempt to secure passage to Doma for ourselves. We will need to cross the sea in any case, and we may learn something of their whereabouts in the process.
Or at least we can try.
Find that they are still in Kugane, we can make the journey together.
In that case, I have some information which may be of use to you. No quid pro quo, I assure you. The chairman was most insistent that I aid you to the best of my ability.
That smile. So sus. Alright. I must confess, I am an avid collector of all things Far Eastern. See for yourself, I insist. Nah, I'm good, man. Oh, this place takes me back. It reminds me of the workshop of an Uldan lapidary I once served. He was not exaggerating when he spoke of their ward's efficacy. Whoever wove them did so with consummate skill. I'm not sure how I imagined our time in Far East unfolding, but it definitely didn't involve Uldans, and especially not these Uldans. Still, whatever works, right? Though I am reluctant to take any action whatsoever that could be construed as placing ourselves in Lord Lolorito's debt, we must avail ourselves of what means are available. Our Alamegan allies place their faith in us, and I do not intend to disappoint them. Don't need either of those. Alright, this seems like an excellent time to take a break. I need food, and I also need to rest my voice for a little bit. So, in the meantime, I do plan to be back to do one more stream today at the very least, so do keep an eye out. In the meantime, thank you all for watching. Never cease to be amazing if I can type, and bye for now.